everyone. So, I have recently acquired a new project compound bow. Shout out to my friend Jim out of Massachusetts, former Marine. He didn't really have any use for this, so he was kind of giving it away, hoping someone could get some use out of it. So anyway, I'm going to open this up, and what we're going to be talking about today, first and foremost, over the next month or two, I am going to be working on this bow because it is not really in shooting condition right now, but my goal over the next couple of months, definitely by spring or summer shooting season, at the range. Maybe when the weather warms up a little, I'm going to be getting this more in shooting condition. Hopefully get it to someone who could use it. But this is a Hoyt. I personally shoot a Hoyt. And it's an older model, but it is an older model, but it was a rather expensive model when it was first released. I believe this is like a 1998 model, potentially. It's a Hoyt Raptor. The draw weight can be set between 60 and 70 pounds. By the looks of it, it looks like it's probably set closer to 60. And one of the principal issues with it is it's got this peep sight, and the tubing for the peep sight obviously dried out and broke off. So that's going to be one of the first things I'm going to be working on. The other thing is it's got this 4-pin sight. What I'm going to be doing eventually is maybe ditching this. I got to take a look at it and more, but I personally have been quite a fan recently of single pin sights. I feel like it clears up your sight picture a lot more. And I have with archery I take a lot of my sighting theory from shooting rifles. So, you obviously sight a rifle in to around 50 yards, which is also going to be 200 yards in a lot of cases. You're kind of getting an average. So you want to get with a rifle, a good average point where, depending on the distance of a target, you might be, in some instances a little low, a little high, but in general, you're going to be within an inch or two, of, what your aiming point. So I've kind of translated that to archery. Depending on how flat your bow is shooting, I've seen guys say sight in at 20 to 35 yards dead on, and with that, every bow is going to be different. Every bow, every arrow, even different arrows within the same bow, will have different results. So find a good even, good average point, whether it's 25 yards or 30, so the goal is if you sight in your single pin to, let's say, 30 yards, you might be good plus or minus 15 yards. So if you sight in at 30 yards, you might be just a little high at 10 yards, and you might be hitting a little low at 40 yards. For hunting purposes, that's primarily my use of archery is hunting. I mean, a lot of guys say don't even take a shot more than 20 yards. I mean, maybe some guys are comfortable with 30. It's 20, 30 yards, you're not even going to take a shot. So if you sight in for 20 yards and you're good for 30, there you go. Get rid of all these pins. It's just going to mess with your mind. Again, the kill zone on a deer is at least 6 inches, at least 6 by 6. So you're not looking to hit, one little 1 inch by 1 inch circle. You're going for basically a dinner plate. So you want to get your archery set up so that you got that one single pin. It's just you want to be comfortable when you put that pin on the target. You want to be reasonably comfortable that you're going to hit that target. And when you have all these pins, trust me, when you're out there, it's very easy to get confused. Very easy to get confused. I have missed my fair share of targets in my life because in the thick of it, when you're in the situation, your mind is spinning in circles and you don't have time to make logical decisions. And I raised this bow up and I got all these pins, and I'm like, all of a sudden I'm like, oh my god, which pin is it? And I know the target's about 20 to 30 yards away, but under the pressure you get confused really quick. Am I going to use the 10-yard pin? Am I going to use the 40? And then you start worrying, oh, do I have to raise the bow and hit higher? You know what? It's a lot easier to have one pin. You got to practice. Go to the range, 10, 20, 30, 40 yards. Practice at all those distances. Put your pin right on the target. Dead bullseye. But you have a dinner plate. Get a paper plate. So put the bullseye in the middle. Shoot the bullseye at 10 yards. And know you're going to hit the kill zone. Shoot the plate at 20 yards and 30 yards. And just know, whether it might be a little low or high, that doesn't matter. The kill zone is a dinner, paper plate. Just know you're going to hit it. With your single pin, average it out. Figure out at what point are you going to have a good average? So maybe 10 yards again ends up a little high. Maybe 20 yards is dead on. 30 yards is a little low. But regardless, you put your pin on the target, you're going to hit it. Now you don't have to worry so much. You just need to worry that the deer or the turkey is, reasonably, within the proper yardage. So this is not the point of this video. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, just get to the point. So for you commenters out there, maybe start, the time code right here. This video is going to be about, first and foremost, I cannot visualize this on video, but the principal issue with this bow, sorry Jim, is it does have the scent of cologne. I can smell the bow, and the scent is actually coming from the bag. This was mixed with clothing, and whether it's subtle or very strong, it does have the scent of cologne. And for turkey, that is not going to matter so much. For deer, absolutely. Again, whether this scent is subtle or strong, the deer is going to pick that up, and you're not going to see a deer in the woods, more than likely. So, people have this predicament with their clothing as well. How do we eliminate scent from our hunting clothing? How do we eliminate scent from our gear? Well, I am going to kind of cover that. So hold on one second while I go grab. So I am back, and this is a product you can find at any grocery store, and this is not a paid ad placement. I will put that out there first and foremost. But everyone knows it. When your refrigerator or freezer picks up a nasty smell, you are going to go to the grocery store and you are going to grab Arm & Hammer baking soda. This is the fridge and freezer variety because you can remove and peel and open it up and you're not going to get any spillage. That is why I'm going to get the Arm & Hammer. Again, this is not a paid ad placement. This is just a useful product for hunters who want to eliminate smell from clothing or their equipment. So I also have from home a black drawstring bag, very large. So what I am going to do is I am going to open this bag up, and I'm going to take this cologne drenched archery bag that is going to do me no use for deer hunting, or if I get this bow in shootable condition and hand it down to someone, neither me nor they are going to see a deer, and I am going to put it in this bag, and I am going to take this baking soda and put it in the bag as well, and I am going to get this as humanely airtight as I possibly can. All right, here we go. It is as airtight as I possibly can get it. Now, I am going to put this away in storage, and I am going to leave it there for many weeks. And when I open this bag up in many weeks from now, the baking soda should have absorbed a lot of the scent. And now, when I use this bow, which is within this bag, the bow will not absorb the scent of cologne, and I, or someone that I pass this bow down to, will have a much higher chance of actually seeing a deer in the woods and harvesting said deer and getting some food for the year and contributing to conservation. That's a whole other matter. So thank you, Jim, for the opportunity to work on this bow. And again, I will be working on this bow over the next few months. And hopefully I will be posting some fun videos shooting said bow. So if you want to keep up on the progress of basically restoration of this 1998 bow, which is now not in shootable condition, but hopefully will be with the proper set of arrows by the summer. So if you want to be following the progress, find me on YouTube. You are likely watching this video on YouTube currently. If not, because I also post these videos on Facebook and other sites potentially, find me on YouTube. It's basically youtube.com and Matt Hunts Boston, or at Matt Hunts Boston. Just find it and subscribe so that you can follow the progress and see some awesome videos of shooting archery, among other things. So anyway, thank you for watching. That's all I got for you today. I know this video is probably a few minutes long, and a lot of people, when they're doing the searches, that this is basically going to be, oh, how do you eliminate scent from clothing? I know people want it to be under 2 minutes. I love to drag things out, and I also want to thank my friend Jim again, who we previously practiced Taekwondo with, and he's a former U.S. Marine. Hopefully he sees this. Hopefully we can get the scent out of this first and foremost and do some other work to it. Again, thank you, like, subscribe, all that other good stuff.